Much has changed since I last visited the plains of Eorzea, and for the most part, Final Fantasy XIV and Realm Reborn has matured into an MMO worthy of its name, but this time around, it welcomes heroes from the next generation. I was surprised at how much the game has matured since I quit playing the PC version a few months ago. Certain areas have changed to represent where we are in the continuing storyline involving crystals, primals, airships, and a whole lot of cool stuff we've come to love with the Final Fantasy franchise. There are a lot of twists and turns, and more often than not, they will surprise you. The story is given life by its interesting characters, dry humor, excellent dialogue, and rich lore, which is a staple of Final Fantasy. It's a shame though that given the great writing, only a handful of cutscenes are voiced, which may take players temporarily out of the experience. Silence after an intense boss battle isn't exactly what we'd expect from Square Enix. Absent from its initial release on the PS3 and PC, A Realm Reborn now has PvP, housing a slew of new dungeons, hard and extreme modes, treasure hunting, daily quests, and a lot of crucial job rebalances. The game is updated every 3 months, so you'll never run out of content. A new player may be overwhelmed, but thankfully, the main campaign slowly introduces all the mechanics you need to know, and if you pay attention, you will be prepared come endgame. Combat features a classic Holy Trinity composed of a tank, healer, and damage dealer. While this traditional setup may upset some, it is a tried and tested formula, and it shows its pedigree and depth even when given Final Fantasy's unique and diverse selection of jobs and classes. The best thing about this system is that one character can be anything. You can be a warrior, dragoon, or a white mage without creating a new character. In combat, spells and abilities are flashy, which aids in the aesthetics of the game and gives much needed flair to the traditional combat system, which uses a global cooldown for most of your skills. This system may make combat seem slow in the early game, but balances out come endgame, where players need to figure out priority systems or rotations, whatever you want to call it, to maximize their arsenal of skills. Sometimes the particles and lights may get in the way of combat, especially in Fates. To new players, the learning curve with the use of the DualShock 4 may be steep, but rest assured, once mastered, it is as viable in dungeons as a mouse and keyboard. As a matter of fact, I choose a controller over a keyboard and mouse setup any day for this game. Also, the crafting system is probably one of the best crafting systems in any MMO. It plays out like a battle of its own, with you choosing which skills can maximize the quality without breaking the item you're crafting. The gathering classes, given their nature, are grindy and may take a while to level. Even then, I managed to get to level 15 mining. The payoff for crafting and gathering may be low to non-existent though, as the best equipment comes from dungeons, while you need to be smart and patient if you want to rely on gathering as your medium of livelihood. The game also introduces fates, which are dynamic events happening in the world that anyone on the map can participate in. However, since the use of fates is also probably the most efficient way to level, problems occur when a player shows up in a high-level dungeon and is not able to play his class properly because of the Zerg nature of the most popular leveling phase. Fortunately, dungeons have become a more viable way of leveling after recent updates, so this problem isn't as serious as before. The PS4 flexes its muscles yet again as the visuals stand on par with the PC version, showing crisp and vibrant environments backed by an incredible soundtrack. It is quite disappointing though that it doesn't hold a consistent frame rate in crowded areas, especially in the 3 major cities. However, never has it been more satisfying to just take a break and soak in the atmosphere of the rich and vibrant Eorzea, whether you're fishing, mining, or just taking a ride on your chocobo. The UI can be clunky at times and takes up a lot of the screen if not tweaked. I've also had a lot of problems with navigating the map, but the various updates since I last played made it more usable. Another impressive feat is how the game uses the features of the PS4. Party chat works great when members don't have internet issues. The touchpad adds much needed flexibility when manipulating various parts of the UI, and it is clear that combat was tuned for controller use while still maintaining the difficulty, especially in endgame raids. And when that's all said and done, you can show your feats with a press of the share button. Overall, Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn on the PS4 is an impressive show of what the hardware can do, and is also an impressive MMO in and of itself with some fresh ideas and a fully realized world that Final Fantasy fans will especially love. In other MMO IPs, there's a sense of discovery of this brand new lore and world. In Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn, simply put, especially to Final Fantasy fans, Eorzea feels like home. Starting at $12.99 per month, I'd say Final Fantasy XIV is well worth the subscription fee. For more PS4 game reviews, please subscribe to PS4 Philippines, and also please join our Facebook group linked below.